Okay, ready?
I guess so. No.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdy Psychologist Book Club.
Get ready to explore the magic and the mind games behind your favorite YA novels.
I'm Brandi Hawk, a clinical psychologist and proud book nerd.
And I'm Deanna Boys, a psychology expert and also a fellow book nerd.
Let's get ready to talk about your favorite heroes and villains, why they do what they do, and what that means for us.
Welcome to the club.
As a reminder, everybody, each month we're going to read one book, and then every week we'll talk about a different character or concept within that book. This month, we are reading Fable for the End of the World. Deanna, would you tell us a little bit about this book?
Let's. So Fable for the End of the World follows Inesa and Melinoë. And Inesa is a teen she's like 17, and she lives in a county. It's called I think she's in the Drowned County.
Drowned County?
Drowned County, yeah. And it's in a dystopian future where it's actually pretty similar to ours.
Not that far.
Not that far. Where people can rack up tons and tons of credit and debt. And to clear the debt, you can put your child in a Hunger Games gauntlet, Hunger Games style gauntlet. And then
but a one-on-one.
A one-on-one gauntlet, yeah. And it's children too. And the story also follows Melinoë, which is she is a 17-year-old angel who is a trained assassin, who is set out to take Inesa down.
Yeah. And
it's follows some pretty interesting storylines that include some love and then awfulness that makes you want to throw the book. That's probably a good synopsis for anyone.
Yeah, both of those things.
Both those things, yeah. I did very much like the book until the very end.
I loved the book until the end, but there's a sequel coming, so it's okay.
Breathe.
It's not actually the end.
Yeah. It is a Fable for the End of the World. It's a good cautionary tale about love and awful other things.
And there's a lot of sexism.
And there's a lot of sexism in it. And that's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
But before we do that, shall we get into today's dream?
Yes, please.
Which you came up with the best title for this is Don't Let the Bastards Get You Down. And it is a pretty pink Cosmo style drink.
It's very girly.
It's very girly. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh God, I will probably spill this. I'm wearing the white pants again.
But it's not blue.
Recipe in the Patreon.
Under Lee's Cocktail Corner.
Yay.
So let's talk about a super light topic today.
Let's.
Sexism.
Which is throughout the book.
The entire book is just built on sexism.
Yeah.
Right. Which, also our society is, right?
Yeah. So that's why it's not so far off from our society.
It's not so far off. There's a lot of things that really ring true in the book. So just like some definitions, right? We don't always start with definitions, but
it's good.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Also, general reminder, this is Deanna's therapy session. No, I'm just kidding. It's not your therapy session.
It might be all of our therapy sessions, but it's not therapy.
We might be
book club.
Might be unpacking some feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so sexism is any bias or prejudice against someone based on their sex. Typically, it's against women, and in this world, it is definitely against women.
Yeah.
There's 3 types of sexism, and I think that we often forget about it, right? We don't realize that it's happening because it's just the world that we live in. Mm-hmm. So, three levels of sexism. First is benevolent sexism. So yay, this is the good sexism. But
it's really funny that benevolent for some reason doesn't seem happy to me, or it seems like it's the evil one, but that's malignant, and that's not even this, but and that's about tumors anyway.
Yeah, but so benevolent sexism feels good, right? So it's what we see in a lot of stories and a lot of books. It's chivalry. Mm-hmm. It's women are so wonderful. Women are so
And they need to be protected.
lovely, and they need to be protected.
Yeah.
Yes. So it really like emphasizes the fact that women are complementary to men.
We are Adam's rib or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So like we're not the same as men. We're different than men. But we have all these wonderful qualities, and we should really just like praise the great qualities of women, but also those qualities are not valued in our world, and they are not connected to power or prestige. And so we can love all these great qualities about women because it keeps them still in their place below men.
Yeah. We are the weaker sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we are not the weaker sex.
That's where it's benevolent, right? Like, so it sounds nice. Hostile sexism is hostile.
Yeah.
Right. So it is this belief that women are in competition with men. And so anytime that it's like, oh, she's trying to take his job, or women are looked down on because they have any sort of like male qualities, like masculine qualities, they're put down, and there's always an assumption that they're trying to compete with men in hostile sexism.
And this is something we see all the time.
All the time.
But we're seeing a lot right now with the trad wife situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
And this happened after World War II. So World War II, women would win in the factories. And it was like doing your patriotic duty. But as soon as men came back, you're taking their jobs. And you're wrong. You're kind of weird if you still want to keep working. Are you a guy? There's something wrong with you. You must be, wrong kind of thing. So they were, there's a lot of like social campaigns to get women back in the home. And it's been very interesting. In hard economic times, that's what happens typically. Women get pushed back into the home.
That's what happened during COVID, right? Women had almost been in equal. The pay gap was still a pay gap, but it was getting closer, right?
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and someone needed to take care of the kids.
It was the wife, obviously.
And so women are at home.
Yeah.
So hostile sexism.
And also, we are both talking as white women.
Oh, absolutely.
And we are coming at it from like we're not sectional here. We're just talking about it like in straight society, which is homogeneously white.
Yeah.
In our perspective, because we are white women.
But the experience of Black women, of Latina women, like it's
even worse.
Even worse.
It's even worse.
Even worse. So we can talk about not letting the bastards get you down, but like they only get us so far down.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse.
It could be worse, yeah.
So that is hostile sexism. And then the third level is misogyny. And misogyny is hatred of women. And this is when women are verbally abused, physically abused, sexually abused to be put in their place.
By both men and women.
By both men and women,
and
yes.
Women need to remember they can also be misogynists.
Yes. And they can be benevolently sexist, and they can be hostilely sexist.
Hostilely sexist.
Hostilely sexist.
It's interesting because benevolent sexism is something that is so like, how do I put it? Like you said, like it's benign feeling. It's like, oh, that's because we're the weak, like the weak, or I don't want them to stop opening the door for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Opening the door is part of that benevolent sexism.
Yeah. It's because you weren't strong enough to open it yourself.
You need someone to protect you.
Yeah.
So those are the definitions. And then let's talk about it in the book. Because there's also three sort of areas that this shows up most.
Yeah.
Paternalism, gender roles, and heterosexual desire.
Okay, you're going to have to explain those again to the people too, because those are also big terms.
I want you to tell us where you want to start.
Let's start with paternalism, and let's talk shit about Azrael.
Love this idea.
Because he sucks.
So paternalism is the idea that men are better than women. It's like that's just at its core, that's what it is. Men are better than women.
Yeah.
So this is going to show up in benevolent, hostile sexism and misogyny. So benevolent sexism, in the book, men are better than women kind of shows up with, in some ways, like the gender roles that Inesa and her brother take on.
Yeah, that's a good one. not Jacob, sorry. I keep thinking about him. I'm like, what? At first I was like, oh, I was like, no. But anyway, back to the brother, Luca. He like reinforces it a lot. And he is younger than her, and which is an interesting piece there. The way he acts like he's older and he's better than her and he's stronger than her, and he brings more to the table than she does. So like in the book, she is in charge of the taxidermy shop.
Yep.
And then he goes out and kills the animals, and that's valued more than her. He does all the work.
Yeah. And their mom reinforces this. Their mom's like, oh, Jacob needs more food.
Sorry,
Jacob
Luca.
shouldn't.
Luca.
Yes,
I'm
Luca.
sorry. Well, let's just
you put that in my head.
We can talk shit about Jacob if you want.
I mean, yes, in a second. But like Luca brings in all the things, like he can't do things. You need to fix more things. Inesa, you're not pulling your weight. All of that. I mean, it becomes hostile. When mom talks about it, it becomes hostile sexism, right? Because it's telling her that she's not good enough.
Luca likes his sister.
Yeah.
But also she's obviously weaker.
Right. And he respects her, but he's like, why would you give this guy this embalming fluid?
Oh, yeah. The Decker dad who lost his daughter.
Who had his daughter killed.
Yeah, you're right. I was way too nice.
That was way too nice.
Lost his daughter. Who killed his daughter?
Yes.
But no, we were talking about Azrael.
Yes.
Let's talk shit about him.
Okay, so we actually can't talk about him necessarily with benevolent paternalism. We have to come into hostile paternalism and misogyny, really. He sucks. So
he's probably a rapist. A pedophile, too.
No, he's not probably. He is.
I don't remember reading the specific line, but it's implied, right?
It is very much implied that she has these memories of him on top of her.
I forgot about this part.
Him taking his shirt off.
Oh,
but they're the memories that come in at the end.
I do a really good job blocking stuff out that I don't like.
Yeah, you don't want to remember that, so you don't.
Remember that. I'm really good at blocking out the really bad parts. I like literally, it's the book ends for me in the cabin. Cabin. I was thinking about it later and I was like, wait, what happens at the end again? I forgot.
Okay, I just feel like you wanted to start with paternalism, but really we should just start with heterosexual desire.
Let's do it. Oh, yes. Okay.
Because that's where you're going.
Yeah. Explain that.
Right. That's where you are. So heterosexual desire is the, when we're talking about it in terms of sexism, right? So heterosexual desire just means that you like someone of the opposite sex, like not a big deal. But in terms of sexism, it's the belief that a woman's role is to be sexually fulfilling for men.
Oh, okay.
Right? So men need women to fulfill their desires.
Yeah.
That's where it comes in. So, I mean, benevolent sexism, you complete me.
Oh.
Who would I be without you?
Oh. Tell me more.
I mean, it's Jacob saying,
I want things to be different when you get back. I want
things to be different when you get back.
Giving you his truck or giving his truck to her, which you could think is like, oh, that's such a kind thing for a friend neighbor to do, especially in a world where like kindness and, you know, like any kind of love is a weakness. Mm-hmm. And then it's met with a kiss and like a expectation.
And so then it becomes sexism. It's no longer a friend offering something. Yeah. There's now an expectation of, I'm doing this for you.
Oh my God. Jacob is where my hug at. Have you? He's that.
No, I don't know, but I'm picturing it in my head.
Did you ever go to school? Okay, so like, this is a sidebar, but like, did you go to school with the where my hug at boys? Like...
Oh, yes.
Where am I hug at? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they benefit from the close social bonds that you have in high school. And like, everyone's like, but it's literally like, where am I hug at? And it's like, there's another guy. Okay, this is a chronically online. I'm chronically online. But like, the princess. Oh my God. Princess. Okay, sorry. That was a sidebar. Anyway, continue.
I love
where my hug at. Jacob is where my hug at.
Jacob is where my hug at. He believes that she is wonderful. He thinks that he loves her. He wants her. And this is great.
Mind you, they barely talked.
They've been friends for a while, but friends. Right? It becomes hostile sexism at the end of the book. Actually, can I read this one to you?
Do it.
This is one that I had here because, it just made me gross. Okay, so as we all know, spoilers are coming. Inesa and Melinoë definitely have sex in the cabin.
Yeah. And like, that's where the book ends, everyone. Good night.
It's beautiful. It is loving. And the entire world watches it because they did not know that the cameras were on. So now this is after it. Inesa's alive still. Jacob comes over and he's talking to her. And he tells her that he doesn't want her, right? He doesn't want her because she would never really be his.
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay, gross. Where my hug at? Jacob.
So I'm on page 362 where she's now like thinking through, wow, what did he just say to me? And Inesa thinks, I'm ruined in their eyes, tainted by the things I did on the gauntlet. Not the murder or the violence. They wouldn't blame me for that. It's the fact that I held her and I loved her. So this is hostile sexism. It takes the view that women who are not providing heterosexual fulfillment for men are a problem.
Yeah, well, obviously.
And that there's something wrong with them and that they're doing it on purpose to hurt men.
Clearly. That is exactly what we're doing.
Because that's for sure. Everything that Inesa was thinking in the cabin was, oh, how could I hurt Jacob?
Yeah. It's the same thing as like when parents think their kids are manipulative and like their 2-year-old's manipulative. I'm like, nah. He's just trying to get his needs met.
Yeah. She just loved Melinoë.
Yeah.
Like it had literally nothing to do with you.
She loved her immediately when she saw her on the car. Like, you didn't have a chance.
Not
Where
even
my
close.
hug at, Jacob? You didn't have a chance.
So it shows up with Jacob. It also shows up with Azriel. So
I hate him.
we hate him. Azriel with heterosexual desire, right? So if we're still in the hostile sexism place, it's like
He's like weird too, because like she's like he's the in charge of everything, and like she's been indoctrinated into this world where he's in like control of everything and he's the best. And there's like a part in the book where she's like, oh yeah, you don't actually know who Azriel is, but Azriel controls her like entire world.
absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Right. He's functionally a pimp.
Yes. Such a good point.
He's completely controlling her life and
Yeah.
everything that he does. He controls who she is allowed to be around. She makes a comment at some point, and Inesa brings up Karis and is like, oh, well, you guys were sleeping in bed together. And Melinoë's like, no. Like Azriel would never let us do anything like that. So clearly like Azriel is in charge of these angels' sexuality.
There's like a part where like Karis comes and visits Melinoë right before she leaves, and then Azriel's like, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. You cannot do this.
Yeah.
I will wipe your memory
And
now.
he wiped Karis' memory even worse, I feel like, in response.
So let's talk about misogyny.
Oh, okay, let's.
Right?
Yeah.
So misogyny, hatred of women, men have the right to rule over women. Nothing displays this better than what happens to the angels when they are done.
I mean, that's their future regardless.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that I kept going back into when Melinoë would talk about, like, I don't want to end up like Karis. I'm like, that's your end game anyway. You got out of the Inesa's world, but that's your only ending.
Yeah. Your ending is to become a corporate concubine. You will have all of your memories wiped, and you will functionally be a living, breathing sex doll.
Yeah.
For an old man.
Yeah. Yeah, though. What's his name? I forget his name.
I forget his name.
It's a good thing because he sucked.
Yes, he did. They all did.
Yeah.
So, misogyny.
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want with women. We don't want them to have thoughts. We don't want them to have histories. We don't want them to have personalities.
They need to be a reflection. They're just mirrors.
They're just there for sex.
Yeah. They're there for sexual desire and to mirror back to me, reinforce that I am a powerful man.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where heterosexual desire shows up, right? And so the fact, right, that Inesa and Melinoë obviously have their own desire for each other that does not have heterosexuality in it.
Loud guy.
Right? So that's where this view from Jacob comes in. Like it doesn't matter if she would have murdered somebody, but the fact that she would sleep with a woman.
How dare you?
How dare she?
Which is interesting because in our culture, that is more of a turn on to a lot of men.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's still to fulfill my sexual desires. Like you are there to be a aid for you're fluffing me up.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, you still come home with me. Or like you are doing this for me.
Right. You're not doing this for you. Yeah. I'm not aroused by your love for this other person.
No.
I'm aroused because I'm thinking that I can have both of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I get both of you. Yeah. Like side note, book smut is like the woman's like kryptonite. Like I was talking to my friends like my other book club because I'm cheating on her.
I have 2 other book clubs.
Oh, you're cheating on me.
I'm cheating on you too. It's fine.
And my friend was talking about like how like you were reading and you're just like, oh. And then you go, where's my partner? But anyway, back to this.
Side note on that. I read a really interesting article that women are having better sex because they're reading book smut.
You heard that here, everyone. Read more book smut.
That because they're reading it and they're telling their partners,
because hey, what's the biggest organ in your body that gets aroused? Your brain. Mm-hmm. You need it,
and they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very cute.
That's funny.
Okay, so we can go back to paternalism. I just feel like we needed to have
put Azrael on the ground. Also, it's interesting she chose a biblical name.
Yes,
everyone else has kind of like different names that seem to be. Well, Jacob, I guess, is biblical too.
Yeah,
he's from the Bible. Mm-hmm. But Inesa, Melinoë,
kind of all over the place.
But then Azrael is a fallen angel or something.
Yeah, maybe that's why though, because like the angel program.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah,
you have a read. Good job. I caught on.
I didn't even put that together until you said that.
Well, okay, I'm gonna totally out myself as a complete nerd. I love Supernatural, and they have Azazel, and they have Azrael in some episode, and then there's an Azrael and like his Dark Materials. So yeah, I'm a dork.
I love it. Yeah, that's why I love you. That's why we're doing this. Yeah. Okay, so we can finish talking about paternalism, right? So paternalism. Let's talk about misogyny.
Okay,
paternalism. This says men are better than women, but to an extreme of men are better than women, therefore men can hurt women. And I want to read this one also. I think
they don't deserve.
Like everything that I'm reading, I think is about misogyny. So sorry.
I'm not sorry.
We're looking at page 305. So Inesa and Melinoë are watching this clip of Luca and Zedeman.
Oh, we talk shit about Zedeman for a second. He sucks.
I mean, he totally sucks.
He sucks. He's a gamer or a streamer. If you haven't read this yet, he's a streamer. Like think Mr. Beast.
Yeah. He's a streamer. He's bringing Luca on. They're talking. And he's saying like, oh man, everyone loves you. Let's watch this clip.
Yeah.
Of when you were the most badass you've ever been, right? So
when Luca was.
Yes.
Because
not
Zedeman brings
not
Luca,
Inesa.
the brother, on. And he wasn't even the game, gosh dang gauntlet.
I mean, to be fair, Inesa and Melinoë are in the cabin when he brings the brother on.
True,
so he didn't actually have access to them.
True.
So we'll give him that.
All right.
Whatever. But he's playing this clip of when Luca attacks Melinoë.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it over and over and over, right? And so Inesa thinks, but as Zetamon replays the clip, I realize it's even simpler than that they hate her. They just want blood spilled. It doesn't matter whose. It's not like they were cheering just as hard for Luca when he helped me to my feet. There's something about a man, because Luca looks like a man, even if he's only 16, beating a girl that's especially exciting to them. Something about watching her degradation. As Zetamon plays the clip for the third time, I have to squeeze my eyes shut. I feel like that is very real in our culture, too.
Yeah, 100%.
Videos of men hurting women, raping, killing women. Yeah. They get tons of views.
Yeah.
People who talk about how we can hurt women are having thousands, millions of followers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
When we are so excited to watch videos of men physically harming women and seeing women get degraded.
Yeah. Mic drop, y'all. I mean, for real though, like, it's just, that is what our culture is. And the extension of that is also, it doesn't matter when the women say this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, this is sneaking up on me, I'm not going to lie.
It's very good.
It's also, they deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the misogyny piece of it. Which comments on things online are just horrendous. Which,
I mean, like, the balance, of course, is Luca was saving his sister, right? Like, yeah. Luca was doing the quote unquote right thing by trying to kill Melinoë, because Melinoë is trying to kill his sister.
Yeah.
That's, I think,
the benevolent
not
sexism.
The piece,
yeah.
Right? Like, that's, I don't even know if that's benevolent sexism. I think that's just survival. Right?
Yeah.
He's trying to.
Yeah, he wasn't doing it just because, yeah, you're right.
Right. He wasn't doing it because she's a girl. Benevolent sexism in that, like, he's the one doing it rather than Inesa. Like, we see, like, that's written as
that's
benevolent
the
sexism.
Script that they are expecting.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it becomes misogyny when we're getting excited to watch it, right? The fact that it happened wasn't misogyny. It's the fact that all these people in the audience and Zetamon want to watch it over and over and over.
The third time. We're saying a lot of things about our society that's also in a book that's not our society.
It's not our society.
But it is our society, and it does still happen.
Has a lot to say to us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think about even, you know, the shows that I watch, right? Like, I watch all sorts of different TV, and I watch a lot of psychological thrillers, right? Like, I watch a lot of cult shows.
You love a good cult show.
I love a good cult show. And there is often abuse in the shows that I watch, right?
I have a hard time watching those shows. And, like, I used to be a true crime kid. Like, and I say kid, I was watching true crime stuff as a child.
Love. Yep.
And then I think, like, getting exposed to it in real life and dealing with people who had actually been and dealt with this situation, I was like, oh, this is not fun anymore. And so I can't watch true crime anymore. I get too invested in, like, the sadness. And same thing with, like, you know, psychological thrillers. I'm super sad all the time for these people. But where was I going with this? It's really to sneak up on you, man.
It does. And it's delicious.
It's delicious. You're talking about how you watch. You're like, yeah, everyone's guilty of something, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I have to say, like, I don't like when there's any sort of sexual assault.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In shows, but there is.
There is.
And there are people who like that.
Yeah. And how do I put it? Like, not necessarily society, but, like, the way you get more viewers is to film it. Mm-hmm. There's definitely quite a few movies recently where, like, they went a little too far. And the actors were traumatized afterwards. I can't think of any like specifics, but I remember reading about it and being like, yeah, you don't need to show it.
Yeah. We all know how terrible it is. You can tell us that it happened and it'll get the same point across.
Yeah.
We don't need to see it happen.
And in our society, women are not believed. I'm just leaving that there. They should fucking be believed.
They should be
Believe women. This snuck up on me and I'm about to get sassy.
Okay, so let's bring your sassiness to gender roles.
Let's talk some smack.
So the third piece that we want to talk about with sexism is gender roles. Gender roles come from this belief that men and women are inherently different and have inherently different personalities and inherently different traits that are associated with men and with women.
And body makeups and strength
body
and
makeups
whatever.
and therefore also careers, right? Things that they should be doing that play to their strengths.
Yeah.
So in benevolent sexism, women's strengths, feminine strengths are really put up there as wonderful. Women are so caring, they're kind, they're loving, they always put others first. They're warm and supportive, right?
Yeah.
These are great things. These are values in myself. That
I align with those values too.
These are great. And it feels good when people are like, yeah, women are so wonderful. But the problem is that our society doesn't value being kind,
That is
caring,
correct.
loving, or putting others before yourself.
They don't.
Our society values being strong, taking what you want, being powerful. And those are values that are typically attributed to men, right? So benevolent sexism is putting women on a pedestal with their positive traits, right? And in the book, we see that all the time. Like, how beautiful are the angels?
Yes, they talk about that a lot, actually.
They're so beautiful.
They're so beautiful.
They're
so beautiful. Didn't they like do her breasts too?
Oh yeah, they have all the plastic surgery in the world.
Yeah.
I think that she said the breasts were the only thing that were still hers.
Oh yeah, you're right.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Until they're not anymore.
Yeah.
But like they do all the plastic surgery to make them beautiful. They're set apart as the most beautiful people in the world. Inesa is described as so lovely and beautiful and soft.
Yes. Like just I keep going back to earthy for her because I think that's what they talk about, like, but soft and not sharp edges or whatever. Like, I imagine she's a little curvy.
Yeah,
Yeah, got a little curve on her.
And all of that is really just valued, right? She's chosen because she's beautiful.
You heard me just talk about it and I got excited.
Right.
But that's, some other problems there I got going on there.
So that's the benevolent piece of gender roles, right? Hostile sexism and gender roles is women need to stay in their place. And if any women are trying to show typically masculine traits, or are trying to get into typically masculine jobs, they're doing that in competition with men. They're trying to take men's jobs. They're trying to take things from men.
This happened recently. It's a very sad story where it was a woman welder, and she was like an amazing welder at her job, and she had a male coworker who was like, you're in competition with me, and he made threats at her, and she told everyone, she's like, he's making threats at me, and they didn't do anything, and then he smashed her head with one of the things, and like a sledgehammer or something, like murdered her.
So that would be misogyny.
Yeah,
not hostile sexism.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It started there. It starts there.
And then it went to full
that's
misogyny.
And that's the scary piece, right? Is that like when you live in a world of hostile sexism,
This world.
it becomes normal. And the more normal it becomes to say women are trying to take our jobs, then the more you're going to become okay with the idea of, well, I need to do something to stop women from taking our jobs. Oh, it's okay if I hurt this woman because she's trying to take my job.
She's not being a right woman. She's being a woman of the ill repute or whatever the fuck they want to say.
And that same man, I don't actually know anything about this man. This is the first time I'm hearing the story, and it's absolutely
horrific.
It's horrible.
Awful.
But I could imagine a world in which that same man who killed this woman for having the same job as him.
Praised.
Oh, that's not even where I was
online.
going.
It was disgusting.
That's disgusting.
But continue.
I was thinking like that he is a loving husband who has a wife and that he adores, and he tells all the time how wonderful she is and tells her how great it is that she takes care of their kids.
I doubt this one, but right. But in general.
But like these two things are possible at the same time, right? Because benevolent sexism is part of the whole thing, right? And so if I'm so hostile, I get to the point that I can hurt somebody for not following gender roles. That same person can tell their wife they're a queen. Mm-hmm. They're a princess.
It's the duality.
Yeah.
The two things can be true at one time.
Exactly.
We are complex human beings.
We are complex human beings.
Yeah. But we're also, that's fucked.
Yeah.
And it's why women and men often not just rationalize, but also like are apologists for
say more.
When men do awful things to women. Not only are they apologists, they're reinforcers. I'm chewing.
I know, sorry.
Candy. It's okay. But when a woman steps out of line, I saw this a lot. I know we don't need to get too political, but see this a lot with when you talk about women being president. Mm-hmm. Women will be out there being like, they shouldn't be president. They're just going to get their period and flip out and launch the nukes. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's not true, but whatever. But they do a lot of like the reinforcing of that.
Yeah. I mean, I know people that have said that. Literally, I've had that conversation with people and been like, but you're a woman, right? Like,
yeah, do you think you're going to do that?
Do you do that?
Yeah.
But it's because it's so ingrained in society. It's so ingrained in society in this book. It's so ingrained in our society that women are hysterical, right? Like that word came
histrionics
from the belief that a woman's uterus is what creates her being emotional.
I mean, yeah. Freud.
Right? But that's the whole world that we live in.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we can't see it in our world because we live in it.
And it's been so reinforced and encouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like when you step out of line, the feeling of stepping out of line and not having anyone to have your back. We are such a, like Dr. Lyles talked about this a couple times ago. Like we need community. We need to be in community with others. And like when you are the out person, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, even to get personal, right? Like when we started our business, Red Leaf.
Yes, tell me more. Yeah.
We did it as a group of 5 women who could all support each other.
Yeah.
I think I would have been terrified to do it on my own. I don't think I could have done it on my own.
I think you could have.
I mean, yeah, like technically, yes, I could have. I don't think I would have gotten the nerve to do it on my own. I needed support.
Yeah.
But it's because it's so contrary to these values of like being a team player and going along with what you're doing and like making things as good as possible for your family and your life and the people around you and being a good friend, being a good colleague, right? Like all of that pushes us in one direction. And I needed all of you to be like, yeah, let's do this thing.
Yeah.
In order to make it.
Yeah. Good point. Aww.
Aw, love you.
I love you too. Aw. Should we do a little pause there, or
I think we might be done.
Is that done?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was a lovely conversation.
Yeah, this was great.
And
Thank you.
With me a little bit buzzed and with more love for you.
If that was even possible.
I mean, talking about sexism, and don't let the bastards get you down, but we've grown even closer. See, everyone, talk shit about fucking misogynists.
And then life will be better.
And life will be better.
But honestly, right, like it's a psychology thing. We talk about it in terms of trauma, but like once you name something, it is less scary.
Yeah.
Right? Once you name sexism, you start to see it. It doesn't mean you can make it go away. Like there's no way that you and I are going to make sexism go away.
No. That was a question that I thought of. I was like, well, should I ask about like, what do we do about it? I'm like, no, what do we do about it? We don't do anything because that camera turned off.
There's nothing we can do. Well, now we have to wait for the camera to turn back on before we can finish.
That is a good place to stop. And I have enjoyed this conversation, and I've gotten a little buzz, just a little bit. But thank you so much for coming. If you made it all the way to the end, yay!
Yay, thank you.
Our podcast is on all the places where you find the podcast. Come follow us. Enjoy our lovely things like the cocktail recipes on our Patreon. We also have fun therapy resources if you're looking for that.
Yeah, and chat with us.
Yes, that's going to be fun. Yeah, we are here for you. Who wants to join our club? Come join our club. Come be part of our like little community.
We're so excited to have you. Like and subscribe. Join us in Patreon. Join us on podcast. Join us on YouTube. And know that we have one more week where we're talking about Fable for the End of the World. And then next month, we're going to be reading So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. I have to tell you, I'm so excited because there are dragons.
Yes.
We have now read 3 books and none of them have had dragons.
It's been just a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie.
But there are dragons. So I'm super excited. Please grab the book from your local library, from a bookstore, wherever you're going, and join us reading So Let Them Burn next month. Thank you all so much.
Thanks for coming to club.
Bye.
Or book club. Thanks for coming to our club. Whatever. Bye.
Bye.